Scorpio, what is going on with you? Come on in, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. My name's Alan Hill from UnknownTruthTarot.com. Welcome back to another Scorpio love reading. Today we are going to take a look at the status of the love connection between you and your romantic person of interest here in June 2024. I'm going to get one card to represent the mutual point of interest between the two of you. Then I'm going to get 3 cards for you, Scorpio, 3 cards for your person. And then I'm going to clarify everything with the second deck, just to make sure we can get down to the bottom of the unknown truth about what's really going on in this love connection of yours. So let's get started. Let's get one card for what is the mutual point of interest between Scorpio and a romantic person of interest here in June 2024. Okay, we got a lot to talk about apparently. We're taking 3 cards instead of the one that I asked for. So let's take a look at what's going on with you, Scorpio. I know it's been a minute and notice the background is different. I just finished moving from Ohio to Texas, which is what has taken me so long to get your reading out. I'm just now getting everything partially set up. As you can see, all my background isn't fully done yet, but we'll get there. What's going on with you, Scorpio? Let's get 3 cards for what's going on with Scorpio and this connection. Thank you. Hopefully you can see the cards. I'm not quite dialed in like I was back at my old place on terms of where the camera setup is yet. So what's going on with Scorpio's romantic person of interest as it relates to Scorpio and the connection between the two of them? Okay, we're taking an extra card again. All right, extra cards all over the place today. A lot of wands in their energy. Let's see. On the bottom of the deck, the overall energy of this reading is the 7 of Cups. This is Scorpio energy of options and choices, but confusion about the options and choices. There's a lot of cups here. There's a lot of different stuff in these cups. There's a lot of different ways this situation could play itself out. And there's a lot of emotions involved here. This is about not wanting to make a mistake and pick the wrong cup, but also being confused on some level about what to do with these different options. Sometimes that means somebody has more options than just you. Sometimes this can represent someone is confusing you or blowing smoke screens or trying to prevent you from seeing something going on. Sometimes it's just you've gotten yourself too worked up and now you're emotionally confused about what to do. Do have Justice right behind that. This is a Libra Major Arcana card. It's the most powerful card of balance in the deck. It's about doing the right, fair, just thing. It's about cutting away something that's not fair or not just or not balanced and trying to restore balance so that the right, fair, just thing can happen. Like what's supposed to happen can happen. I usually get this when something unfair and unjust is occurring or something really out of balance is going on, and this shows up as the need to correct that thing. It could be we got somebody having too many options and they're doing something unfair with that, possibly keeping you in the dark, blowing smoke up your ass, doing something along those lines. I have 9 of Cups right behind that, Pisces energy. This is a step backwards from the 10 of Cups, which is most people's goal in terms of love and relationships. It's that happily ever after that we all want, that happy fairy tale love connection we all dream about. This is a step back from that. This is being emotionally single. Sometimes this can represent self-love, like I don't need this other person to show up and make me happy, or this other person to show up and make me feel whole or make me feel loved because I already am whole, I already am loved, I love myself. So it can be positive in that sense. It can be negative in the sense that sometimes this is a very self-centered kind of an energy. It's someone's own personal happiness and wish fulfillment is more important than the other person's. It can be something along those lines, somebody that's kind of smug and self-centered and it's all about me, myself, and I. That looks like what might be going on. That's probably the unfair, unbalanced thing that's happening here, leading to some options and confusion. I have 10 of Swords right behind that. This is Gemini energy. This is sometimes a swift, painful ending to something, an ending that you don't see coming. Sometimes it's an ending in betrayal, hence the swords in their back. No matter how you slice that energy, it's an ending to something. That's the overall gist of what it looks like this is probably going to talk to me about. We might have to come back to that more as we go along, but that's the overall energy. This mutual point of interest is shared energy that affects both of you in some way here in June 2024. It doesn't always affect you both the same way. Sometimes this person does this and you feel the consequences of it, or even vice versa. Sometimes they say or do something and it makes you feel or react this way, or vice versa. Sometimes it's external stuff that's impacting you both. Normally I get one card here. I got three. I got the 5 of Pentacles, the 8 of Cups, and the 4 of Wands. 5 of Pentacles. 5s are conflict and change. This is Taurus energy of abandonment. This is being cast aside, being left out in the cold. This is usually a breakup type of an energy. It can sometimes represent a financial loss, some sort of a devastating loss to physical assets or resources. Usually this is about being abandoned and left behind and someone breaking up with you or you breaking up with them. 8 of Cups is next. This is Pisces energy of emotionally detaching, physically walking away. The person in the card's walking away from 8 full cups of love because they think there's something better out there for them and they have to go find out, is the grass greener on the other side of the fence or not. Sometimes this is a realization for you that maybe this person isn't really capable of giving me my 9th and my 10th cup. They're not capable of giving me personal happiness, not capable of giving me that happily ever after that you've always dreamt of. If that's what this is about, this would be realizing that and then making the difficult decision to walk away from what you have. I've got 2 cards right here that are about abandoning, like leaving someone behind, walking away from someone. I just saw the 10 of Swords here in the background. I got another card here that I may not like. I'm not sure if it applies yet or not, so I'm just going to keep going for right now. I got 4 of Wands as the final card in the shared energy here. This is Aries energy. 4s are stability, so this is stability of the home, stability of the family life, stability of the connection between the two of you. These 4 wands represent 1111, which is the number of manifesting. This is usually a celebration of the home and the family, a celebration of the thing that I've been trying to manifest in my life actually physically appearing and being stable in the 3D reality. I can celebrate its arrival. Usually I get this card for some sort of description of the stability of the connection or the stability of the home life between the two of you here. But it looks like we have abandonment of that, disconnecting from that and walking away. So I'm going to clarify this and see what else I can find out for you, Scorpio. Tell me about this shared energy here. Why is 5 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups, 4 of Wands? Not letting me finish my sentences, huh? Okay. On the bottom of the deck, the Hanged Man. This is Pisces energy of progress being halted, no forward movement happening, something being stuck at a dead standstill. The Hanged Man is hanging upside down though because he's trying to look at things from a different point of view than he normally would, a different perspective than he normally would. He's trying to gain enlightenment here by figuring out what has this stuck and how do I get it unstuck so that I can move forward the way that I want to. The problem with this kind of energy is they're only looking at things. They're looking externally to themselves here. Now, sometimes that is an indicator that the problem is external to you, Scorpio. Sometimes this is an indicator that you're dealing with a person who isn't looking at themselves in this equation. They're looking external for what has this stuck, whose fault is this. It's like playing the blame game. Like, it's not me that has this stuck, it's you that has this stuck, or it's this situation or this circumstance or this other person. It's something else that's not me. This is like blaming it on something else. Is kind of what it's feeling like. It's also just feeling like things aren't progressing the way that you want. I have 4 of Pentacles right behind that Capricorn energy. Again, 4s are stability, so this can be trying to stabilize things in the physical sense, like physical stability, financial stability. It's also an energy of holding on tightly to something and not wanting to let go of it, even though it's not actually moving, even though there's been some abandonment and some emotional detachment here. There is a final decision being made right behind that, though. Judgment is a powerful major arcana card. In a relationship, this is passing a final verdict on the relationship itself. Either A, calling it dead and over and there's no coming back, or B, it's about resurrecting something that's dead and calling it back from the dead, bringing it back to life. So it can be like reconciling the connection even though it's not moving, I don't want to let go of it, and I'm trying to bring it back. And meanwhile, this could also be saying it's not moving and I'm not letting go, but someone's already made the decision to walk away. There is a period of time of waiting and contemplating right behind that, though. When I look at what actually clarifies this not pleasant situation here, I get 6 of Cups, the Fool, the 3 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Pentacles. 6 of Cups is more Scorpio energy. This is a card of the past. It's thinking about the past, reminiscing about the past, thinking about the good old days and the way things used to be between the two of us. This is a deep emotional connection, usually one that has history to it. It can sometimes represent something from the past coming back up again. It can also represent someone from the past coming back. Definitely some history here. Man, I have the Fool next, which is about taking that blind leap of faith on something, not needing to know what all the steps are first before I take a step, not needing to know what the end result is going to be before I take the first step. This is about just saying, you know what, screw it, I'm going to leap off this cliff, and I'll worry about how to grow wings on my way down. I'll figure this out as I go. Sometimes this is just a new beginning. It is the first card of the major arcana, first card of the whole tarot deck. So it can be just a new beginning at something, and someone taking a leap on this new beginning, even though there is history that looks like someone else is walking away. This can also sometimes represent foolish behavior, taking unnecessary risks, or even taking risks outside the connection. If that's the case, it would be someone that there's already a history with. It wouldn't be a brand new person, I don't feel like. I guess it's possible, but it doesn't feel that way. I got 3 of Pentacles next, Capricorn energy of teamwork, collaboration, working together as equals to build something of value. Typically what you would be working together to build is laying the foundations for the 10 of Pentacles that we all want, and 10 of Pentacles is the next card. It's maximum stability, maximum abundance and prosperity. This can also represent the combining together of 2 people or 2 families, building a life together, combining lives together. I get this card a lot when people are living together or they are married. I have another card here, 4 of Wands, that can a lot of times be considered a marriage card. I don't necessarily know that I'm dealing with a married person here, but this is probably someone that you had a physical commitment with and were actively working together trying to get to this 10 of Pentacles. Maybe you even had the 10 of Pentacles. Maybe you were even living together. Not 100% sure yet. It's not uncommon at this early stage in the reading that I don't have the slightest idea what the hell I'm talking about yet. This usually doesn't make more sense to me until I get through your energy, Scorpio, because then I can see how it relates to you. I also come back to it as I go through your person's energy so I can see how it applies to them. But that's the shared energy. Your energy in this connection, the first card is the most important. You got the 6 of Swords. Central to your energy is the Empress, and your final card is the 5 of Cups. I've seen the 5, the 6, and the 7 of Cups, which are all the Scorpio minor arcana cards already. Haven't seen your major arcana, but your energy is all over this. The 6 of Swords is Aquarius energy. This is about moving forward into calmer waters. It's about leaving the rough, choppy waters of the past behind you, moving away from something that's painful and moving forward into your future. Now, there's an implied choice that goes with this. The painful thing has already happened at this stage of whatever I'm reading. This usually starts out as something that's already happened and kind of moves closer and closer to present time the closer I get to the end of your energy. Not always, but most of the time. Here at this kind of an energy, something painful has already happened. Usually like a big fight or a betrayal of some kind, something that's like mentally and psychologically painful. This is about moving away from that pain, but there's a choice here about, do I carry the burden that that painful thing has caused into my future with me so it continues to weigh me down, or do I carry forward the lesson I learned from that painful thing so that something like that doesn't happen again? Again, that's another indicator. Just like these, we got abandonment, we got emotionally detaching and walking away. I've got an energy of leaving something behind and moving away from it into the future. Tell me about this 6 of Swords. Why is that the first card in Scorpio's energy, please? Okay, goodness. They're giving me so many extra cards, and oh, lordy, and look at all this stuff sticking out. It's like there's so much going on, like everything was trying to fly out here. Oh man. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune. This is a change in the luck and fortune of something. In terms of zodiac signs, this represents the 4 fixed signs: Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, and Aquarius. This is either a change in the luck and fortune of something, and in that case, it's like if things were going great, this would be that pivotal moment where things took a left turn into the telephone pole and it went to hell in a handbasket. Sometimes this can be the opposite of that, where it's like everything was going bad. Well, this could be the wheel turning the other way, trying to correct course and right the wrongs and put us back on track here. I'm not sure that's what's happening. Sometimes this is just a cycle of something that repeats. And if we've got a cycle potentially of leaving, potentially of like something from the past coming back again, foolish behavior that was displayed in the past could be coming back again. This could just be a history of, you know what, I'm taking my ball and going home if things aren't working out my way. Hard to tell yet. Got some more forward moving energy here. 6 of Wands. This is Leo energy. It's recognition. So this is either you getting recognized for something, or maybe your person getting recognized for something. More likely than not, this is you coming to some sort of a recognition, and whatever you recognize is allowing forward movement to happen. Thing you're recognizing is 5 of Swords. That's what I was kind of talking about here. This is the card that comes before the 6 of Swords, and I said here a painful thing has already happened. Well, here it is. The 5 of Swords is, like I said, betrayal. Sometimes it's 5s are conflict. So sometimes this is a big fight, like bitter words being spoken, words being used like weapons to cut each other. Like this is betrayal, like someone setting something up so that it's all in their favor and you can't possibly win. This is like winning at all costs. Like, as long as I get what I want, I don't care what happens to you. It can be that kind of an energy here, but this is a mentally and psychologically painful thing, and it's looking like there's a repeating pattern of conflict and detaching, and probably someone from the past and taking risks outside of the connection is what it's looking like. It's looking like a betrayal, especially with what's coming up here, and I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. When I clarify this 6 of Swords, I get the Ace of Wands, Justice again, Queen of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the 2 of Wands, and the Page of Swords. So I normally get 3 clarifiers. I just got 6. I got double the number of cards I intended here. Your person got an extra card. There's a lot going on here. Probably why there's emotional confusion, but I've got Justice now 2 different times. So I know something unfair is happening. Something out of balance is happening. It's probably not the first time that it's happened. Ace of Wands is a passionate new beginning and passion and desire. This is the phallic symbol of the tarot deck. It represents the male you-know-what and using it to do you-know-what, sexual energy, all that jazz here. But this is usually a new beginning in something in that vein. That's probably the thing that's unfair here. This is looking like you're getting left behind for some new fling, some new romantic spark, some new passion, desire, interest that someone else has. Probably them here. We got Justice next. Again, unfair, unjust, unbalanced, something going on that needs corrected here. Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so I've got the 10 of Pentacles already and the 4 of Wands already. Like I said, both of those cards I tend to get a lot when someone is married or living together. Queen of Pentacles is typically the wife energy. It's Capricorn energy. It can just be a stable, grounded, nurturing, loving person that you're building your life around, or they're building your life around you if this is representing you. But like I said, this usually represents wife. Doesn't mean necessarily that you're married. It could totally be that this person is married and has a wife, and you're the new fling, and maybe they told you they were leaving wife behind, and maybe that's what this is about. Maybe they're I don't know though. That Fool energy, something is wrong here. Something is wrong. This could be not the first time they said they were leaving wife and coming your direction. Or you could be this person that they're building their life around and they're doing something unfair to you and leaving you behind. It's hard to tell which of those ways it is yet, and it might be one way for you and the opposite way for the very next Scorpio that comes in to watch this after you. So I'm going to try and filter this out and figure out which way it is, but it might be two messages at once. High Priestess is next. This is she who knows. Like, she sits in front of the veil of consciousness. She's got access to all the information you and I as humans, we don't have access to. She knows everything. She sees everything. She doesn't always tell us everything, though. Sometimes there's stuff we don't need to know until it's time for us to know. And that's when she clues you in through your intuition, through gut feelings, signs, dreams with messages, synchronicities, just some internal knowing. This usually means your intuition is screaming at you about something and you probably don't have facts to support it. In and of herself, she can represent there's information that you don't have yet, that hasn't been revealed yet to you, and just having some intuitive gut feeling about it. Two of Wands is next. This is more Aries energy. Twos are choices. This is a crossroads. This is a fork in the road for your person. It's a decision point about, maybe this is for you, it's a decision point about what is it that I really want for my life? What do I want my life to be like? And which of these two paths is going to get me to that thing? It is a wand. Wands are about passion and desire. I've got the phallic symbol laying out here. I'm getting ahead of myself, but one of those extra cards that came out for your person is the other Ace of Wands. So I've got the phallic symbol out here twice already. Two of Wands. So this could be some sort of a decision point about who do I want, which person do I have the most desire for. There could be another path has appeared here. Could be other options. Page of Swords is the final clarifier here. This is sometimes just news and messages and communicating, but this is an energy of a person who's trying to learn something or trying to figure something out. I get this a lot when there's snooping around type energy going on, either someone spying on you or you doing your own snooping and digging, like scoping out social media, asking questions, like trying to figure out what the heck is going on here. Sometimes this will represent you found some information, like you had this weird feeling something was going on but wasn't sure, and then you found something that clued you in, whether you found it by snooping or found it accidentally or someone told you about it. Hell, what I'm doing right now qualifies as Page of Swords because I'm being nosy and snooping around in y'all's business here. Central to your energy, Scorpio, the Empress. This is the mother of the tarot deck. She's always pregnant. She's always giving birth to something here. In a relationship reading, she represents the birth of something new, as in the birth of a new relationship. Sometimes she can just represent the rebirth of a relationship once something has gone wrong and there's been this detaching and walking away and foolish behavior. This is feeling much more like a new relationship has been birthed. And most of what I'm seeing already here, not all of it, but a lot of it feels like your person's BS showing up in your energy because what they did or are doing is affecting you. So tell me about this Empress. Why is that central for Scorpio's energy in June 2024? Thank you. Bottom of the deck, Judgment. This is passing a final verdict in judgment. This is, like I said, either calling it dead and over and there ain't no coming back, or this is about trying to resurrect it and bring it back to life. So again, it's not giving me full clarity here. Is someone calling this dead and over because they have a new connection now, or is someone trying to rebirth this and bring it back to life? The Empress right behind it. You can't make that up. Whenever I'm clarifying a card and I get the same damn card, this is the universe going, dude, how many different ways do I need to tell you? A new connection was birthed here. That is probably what passed the judgment. That's probably why there's this detaching and walking away and taking a blind leap of faith kind of an energy here. And it's why things are stuck and not moving forward. When I clarify this Empress, I get the Nine of Swords. Oh, hey. The Five of Pentacles again, Seven of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups. Nine of Swords is Gemini energy of fear, worry, and anxiety. This is thinking about something so much with all this fear and worry behind the thoughts that it causes stress. It like physically manifests as stress. The person's got their hands over their eyes because there's something they don't want to see. They're afraid to look at it because they have it represented in their mind as so bad, I don't want to see it. This could just be a case if you're incredibly worried that they birthed something new. Maybe you're even incredibly worried that this is dead and over with. Maybe you're even incredibly worried about whether or not we can rebirth this and whether or not we can resurrect it and bring it back from the grave. Could even be that your person is incredibly worried that you're going to figure out that they have a passionate new beginning going on. I do get that a lot, especially in my personal readings, where this is someone freaking out because they did something foolish that they shouldn't have done, and now they're worried that's going to get uncovered. I do have Five of Pentacles next. We've already seen that out here in the shared energy affecting you both. This is that conflict, change energy of abandonment, being cast aside, left out in the cold. This is a breakup energy. There's definitely something unfair and unjust tied to that, and there's probably also some level of energy here about knowing that that can be corrected if we cut away the thing that needs cut away, and like balance gets restored here. Seven of Pentacles is next. This is more Taurus energy. This is a period of time, and it's usually for one of two reasons. This is either a period of time where you're taking a pause to reflect on this relationship, reflect on this whole situation, and trying to decide if these 7 seeds that have been planted between the two of you are ever going to turn into this 10 of Pentacles that you really want. Is this worth you continuing to invest your time, effort, and energy into it? Or is this maybe not going to pan out the way you want? Maybe it's time to cut my losses and move on. So this would be the period of time where that type of contemplation is going on. It's sitting right next to this wife energy. So this could be a period of time where you're waiting on something to pan out. Like the seeds have already been planted. We've already started laying the foundations for this 10 of Pentacles thing. And I'm still waiting on that to fully develop and fully pan out so we can actually get there. I've got wife energy. So again, I don't know if you're going through a period of time where you're thinking about birthing this connection with them and worried about it because maybe they still haven't walked away from their wife yet, or maybe it could be either that, or it could just be you're waiting on the time on whether this pans out for you to become wife or them to become your wife. However that works in your particular situation. It's a collective reading, so you got to take that however it resonates for you. But the final clarifier for the Empress is the Page of Cups. This is news and messages and communications about love and emotions, expressing feelings here. Sometimes this is an apology. Sometimes this is just like an early stage love offer where there's communications about emotions. It can be exchanging lovey-dovey messages with you or with someone else. Man. This is also a page, which is the lowest form of the court card. It's like page, knight, queen, king. This ain't a king. This is usually emotionally not fully developed energy, emotionally immature type of an energy. I've got the High Priestess sitting right next to it. So there's some element here of knowing that something fishy is going on here. Could be knowing that there's some communications happening with someone that's not you, or being able to just intuitively tell, wait a minute, this story that they're giving me isn't really adding up the way that I want. And it's like there's two things here that you can't have both of. Like you cannot turn left and right at the same time. And this is an energy of trying to figure something out. 2 pages already. There's too many pages. Final card for you, Scorpio, is 5 of Cups, which is a Scorpio minor arcana card. This is more conflict and change. This is sadness and remorse about the past. This is usually negative emotions, guilt, regret, remorse, sometimes like pure sadness, depression even. This person on the card is focused on these 3 cups of love that have been spilled. So that can represent all the love and emotions that have been spilled and wasted, all the time, effort, and energy that's been spilled and wasted. There's still 2 upright cups in the background behind them, though, which can represent that you still feel a connection to this person. The problem with this is there's also another set of meanings here, because 3 cups can also represent third-party love situation, because there are 3 cups of love there, and that could be the thing that spilled all of this. And this 2 cups in the background, yes, could be that you still feel a connection to them, but it can also represent a choice between 2 different cups. So there's a lot going on here, and I feel like I keep seeing it could be this and it could be that, and it's probably more than one of those things, and it's just different layers to the story. I felt like that a lot of the way through this. Why is the 5 of Cups this final card for Scorpio? This collection for June 2024. Really? They're giving me way too many cards here. On the bottom of the deck, Ace of Swords. This is the sword of truth. It's the sword of clarity. It's the sword you use to make a decision with. It's the sword you would use to sever a connection and cut someone out of your life. The Hermit. There's sadness and remorse and regrets and emotional loss here. It looks like from a severing taking place. And then with the Hermit, that's the Virgo Major Arcana card. It's a card of withdrawal, isolation. I usually get this when communication shuts down. Sometimes I'll get this when the person ghosted you, or you got cut off, but you didn't get actual truth and clarity. You didn't get closure from this person. They just like mum's the word and they just didn't talk. This is a card about being forced to go inside yourself to do soul searching and deep inner reflection and deep contemplation, trying to figure out how do I move forward from here. We saw the Hanged Man a couple of times. This is very similar energy in that they're both about trying to figure out how to move forward, but here the focus is directed internally, not externally like with the Hanged Man. So this is like looking at yourself for what do I adjust? 3 Cups. This is Cancer energy. It's got 2 meanings. It can be reconciliation. It can be being reunited and celebrating, or even just united to begin with and celebrating. But this can also represent a third-party love triangle because there are 3 cups here. That could be why there was a severing taking place, and now I'm doing soul searching about 3 cups, and it's like I'm not happy because we're not together anymore, and I still feel the connection, but I'm also not happy because you brought a 3rd cup in and spilled everything, and now there's a choice between 2 different people in the background. I really feel that's what's going on. It's like trying to figure out what it is that they want, what it is that they're going to do, and being worried about whether or not we're rebirthing this, or is it over? Is this going to take some time to put back together? And like just there's a lack of maturity here for some reason, and it's feeling like it's on their end. When I clarify 5 of Cups, I get the Wheel of Fortune again, 7 of Wands, 9 of Cups, 8 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, and the Lovers. So I'm getting a lot of extra cards over and over and over again here. This Wheel of Fortune, like I said, changing the luck and fortune, repeating cycle of something happening. I got this Ace of Wands, all this fear, worry, anxiety, and stress, and a repeating cycle of that. I felt earlier like there was a repeating cycle of like leaving or foolish behavior or something from the past repeating again. It could be any or all of those things. I got 7 of Wands next, Leo energy. This is defensive energy. This is defending my position on something, defending my stance on something, being willing to fight to protect something that's important to me, or fight for what I want, or even sometimes fight for this connection. You could be sad and remorseful that it's all spilled out and trying to turn it around and fight for it, but at the same time, this could be your person has done all the stupid stuff I've said, and there's a repeating cycle and pattern of that type of behavior and them being all defensive about it. It could even be like, even though it's not fair, they've left and they're defending their leaving. It's like they're fighting you off. 9 of Cups is next. Again, this is personal happiness and wish fulfillment. It's a step back from the Ten of Cups. This is not combined together emotionally. This is single emotionally. And sometimes I got to get ahead of myself again. Their first card is the Nine of Pentacles. These are both of the singles energies in the deck. This is physically single. This is emotionally single. A lot of time, I don't believe for a second that you are single. If so, why do I have the Ten of Pentacles and the Four of Wands out here? Why do I have this idea of us working together to build something? Why is there history between the two of you? How could they abandon you and detach from you and leave you behind if you weren't together? So I get these two cards a lot, not when a person is single, but when they're presenting themselves as if they're single and they're not. I got this row right here of wife energy and your personal happiness and wish fulfillment being tied to that. But in the center of it is this long drawn out period of time where you're waiting on that to actually occur. Next, I have the Eight of Pentacles. So this is Virgo energy of work, putting in the work, time, effort, and energy on something to get what you want. It doesn't even feel like your energy. It feels like, yeah, maybe you want to put the work in on this to try to fight for it and try to get what you want and try to get another chance at it here. But this is feeling like intuitively you know something about what they're doing, what kind of work they're putting in. They're communicating somewhere else. They're expressing emotions somewhere else. They're at the early stages of some emotional fling, flirtatious behavior, talking about it. Like, you know that they're putting in work on something. You might not be able to prove it. I will say this, when the High Priestess talks to you, your intuition is screaming at you. It's really hard for most people to listen to it, even though it's always right, because it's almost always going to tell you something that you don't want to hear. It's almost always going to tell you something that you don't want to be true. And if your intuition is telling you that they're flirty and communicating with someone else about emotions, and your intuition is telling you they've started a passionate new beginning and they have some choice to make and they're putting in work elsewhere, it's going to be really hard to accept the truth of that. But the truth of that is right here. Four of Swords is next, Libra energy. This is, again, fours are stability. Swords are about the thoughts, the mind. This is like taking a pause, taking a rest, trying to calm your mind down, trying to stabilize your thoughts. I see here in the Nine of Swords, that's your thoughts are running wild on you and you can't really contain them. And this is like back her down a notch, calm down, like stabilize your thoughts. It's trying to heal or trying to figure out what to do. It's the minor arcana version of this Hermit card here. This is like trying to figure out what to put the work in on, which path should I take. And the problem is with this row, you got to pick which path is going to lead you to what you want, and you trying to figure that out. But in the middle of it, there's a missing card here. There's a gap in the knowledge, which tells me you haven't gotten the clarity yet to be able to figure out what do I do moving forward from here. Probably because there's this third cup that you recognize. Yeah, right behind the recognition is the betrayal again from this person that you have all this love and emotions from. Heavy one again. I'm sorry, Scorpio. It's just nothing I can do to make it positive. It is what it is, and it's my job to just get you the messages and relay them to you so you have the clarity to be able to make the best decisions for yourself. So I'm not going to sugarcoat the dog turd and try and make it all rainbows and unicorn farts when it's not. So final clarifier here for this Five of Cups for you is the Lovers, the Gemini major arcana card. This is a powerful love connection in terms of the way you feel about it, no doubt. But a long time ago, before it was called the Lovers, it used to be called the Choice. So it represents the interconnectedness between people and how they can't make choices without affecting you, and vice versa. You can't make choices without affecting them. So it can represent a choice in this connection or a choice about the connection. It can even represent a choice between two different lovers here. That's probably what this fork in the road is. What is it that I really want? They probably have a choice between two different lovers, and you're trying to figure out which choice they're going to make, which lover they're going to pick. I'm hoping like hell I have completely butchered this and read it entirely wrong, and that's not what you're going through. I'm going to scoot this over a little bit here and get some more room so we can take a look at your person's energy here. Because in their energy, the first card is the most important. They got the Nine of Pentacles. Central to their energy is the Tower. And their final card came out as 2, the Eight of Wands and the Ace of Wands. So we got a lot of wand, a lot of passion, desire, phallic symbols, sexual energy type stuff here at the end. This Nine of Pentacles, like I said, is the other singles energy. The first one is here, this Nine of Cups. This is Virgo energy of being physically single, like totally independent. I don't need you to physically or financially take care of me. They can do that on their own. But again, this doesn't always mean they are single. It just sometimes is a person who presents themselves in the physical world as if they're single when they're not. So that would explain the emotionally detaching, the abandonment here, this foolish risk-taking outside of a connection when they were clearly teamwork, collaboration, building a life together between the two of you, and probably a history of that. Tell me about this Nine of Pentacles, please. Why is this the first card for Scorpio's romantic person of interest? Thank you. It's so crazy how it's like I kept getting all this extra energy for you, and then we get over to your person and boom, here we are with just 3 cards like it should be. This really tells me that they have done a number on you, either psychologically or emotionally or energetically or all of the above. Bottom of the deck, the World. This is the final card of the major arcana. It's completion energy. It's got the first card and the last card of the major arcana. This is a full cycle between you from beginning all the way to end. This is the ending of the cycle, and at the same time, the next cycle beginning, starting back over at the Fool. So this is looking like your person either acts single when they're not, and that creates an ending between the two of you and the beginning of their next cycle, where they're probably taking a leap of faith somewhere. That's what this is looking like. Yeah. Knight of Wands. This is very fast moving energy. It's rushing forward, taking rapid, passionate action towards something there's passion and desire for. This is sometimes called the player of the tarot deck. It's that wishy-washy bullshit, in and out, back and forth, can't make my mind up energy. I come rushing in all fast at you and tell you everything you want to hear so I can get what I want, and then I rush off to some other person and tell them everything that they want to hear so I can get what they want, and I run back and forth and play both sides of the fence. Sometimes this is just a person who can't stay fully committed to what they say they want. Like one minute they're, yes, I want that really bad, and they're taking all this action on it, and the next minute they pull back and go a different way, or they change their mind. Really looking like player bullshit to me is what it's looking like. Yeah, and it happens during this Four of Wands, which I have out here in the shared energy affecting you both. Aries energy of stability of the home, stability of the family, stability of the connection between the two of you. And they're bringing that stability to an end by being this wishy-washy, just going to keep my mouth shut on that. I'm going to clarify Nine of Pentacles. I get 5 of Cups, 6 of Swords, and the Tower. This 5 of Cups was your very last card in your energy, Scorpio. It is Scorpio energy. This 6 of Swords was your very first card in your energy. And the Tower is the next card for your person's energy. So I've seen all of these already here. Scorpio energy, 5 of Cups, sadness, remorse, regret, guilt. They're focused on these 3 cups that have been spilled. Again, like I said, that 3 cups can represent the two of you being united, and that's now been spilled, and that's not, you're not united anymore. There's been a breakup. There's been an emotionally detached and physically detached, and leaving something behind. Again, leaving something behind is next. So that could also represent that, like, they feel the connection still. It could also represent they brought a third person in, birthed a new connection, have a third cup of love, have a choice between lovers, and they got a choice to make about who they want, And that is what spilled everything. And now there's this choice still about which cup do I want. Could just mean that they acted single and acted like a player and crushed the stability of all this and ended the whole cycle between the two of you. I really feel like this person was probably doing unfair stuff behind your back and trying to hide it and trying to obscure your vision. I get this card a lot when your intuition has told you something is up here, something's not right, and you don't have the facts, but you're suspicious now. And then this person starts blowing smoke up your ass, trying to cloud your judgment, trying to make you doubt your own intuition because they know you don't have facts, and they're trying to keep you blind, like justice is blind. But in this card, the person's eyes are literally fused shut. They're trying to protect their own personal jollies, their own personal wish fulfillment. But ultimately, that brings things to an end. And this is the card earlier that I said I don't think I like this card. Yeah, I don't like that one either. It's not that I don't like this card in particular. It's just what it means in this sense. The Queen of Wands it's the fire element queen, the hottest queen in the deck. This is usually the other woman and the other person that they're involved with here. Someone they have a lot of passion, desire, attraction, sexual energy for. And then I got Emperor energy right behind that. This is the Aries Major Arcana card. This is usually the person who is in control of everything. They're calling all the shots. They're making all the rules. They're putting the boundaries in place. And the Emperor can do whatever the hell they want. They don't really need to answer to you because, well, they're more important. It's kind of like that type of an energy, like domineering, like controlling sometimes. Not really digging how your person feels, Scorpio. Six of Swords, again, that's Aquarius energy of moving away from the rough, choppy waters, moving away from the pain, leaving something in the past and leaving it behind and moving forward toward what they want. Have some sadness about that, but they're still doing it. The Tower is next. This is the collapse of something important in their life. This is like everything comes all crashing down all around them. This is usually the collapse of their relationship itself. Sometimes this is the collapse of a belief system that they were operating from, like this mental model of the world that they had where they thought it was this way, and like it all comes crashing down. This is really much more feeling like what they're doing has collapsed the relationship. I guess there is one way that I could look at this that I haven't yet, and I do see a lot of iffy behavior in the energies right here. Normally, for me, what that means is that's what they've done and it's showing up in your energy because it's affecting you. Although every once in a while, this could indicate that there is a Scorpio watching this that is the one that's done the iffy behavior. And basically everything I've pinned on this person in that case would be something that one particular Scorpio did to their person. And that could be why I'm seeing two towers over here, because it's just devastated them. Much more feeling like they have caused the tower to happen. But I think there probably is at least one person watching this that's going, oh shit, he just busted me. Tower is central to this person's energy. Again, that's the collapse of something, usually the relationship. Sometimes it's the belief system that they were operating from. Where's this tower here? Central for Scorpio's person. Thank you. Yeah. Oh. Busted. Busted. Six of Wands. Leo energy, this is recognition. So this is probably your person getting recognized for something, getting seen for something. I fully believe that based on what's here with this tower. Yeah, the Hermit. This is forward movement. And this is like, whoop, mum's the word, I'm not talking anymore, I'm not communicating anymore. This looks like ghosting you or not giving you the closure. Like they get caught on something, they get recognized for something, and they don't give you closure. They're not talking about this third cup. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Man. When I clarify the tower, I get the Moon, Page of Pentacles, and the Sun. The Moon is fear, worry, and anxiety. I got 2 cards in the deck that mean that. They're both out here. Both are the first clarifier for each of your central energies. That's got to mean something. This is fear, worry, anxiety, sometimes from uncertainty. Sometimes this represents that they have some information that you haven't actually been made privy to yet. They have something hidden in the dark going on, some secret being kept. And that secret and them getting recognized for it is probably what collapses everything. I got the Page of Pentacles next, which again, pages are messengers, so this is news and messages and communicating about some physical, tangible opportunity. A lot of times this will be a person who's making plans with somebody to meet at a certain place, at a certain day, at a certain time, having the physical opportunity to do something that we're going to keep secret. One of my options I'm going to meet with, the thing that's not fair because I'm trying to get my personal jollies, and it's going to end everything. That's why the Towers are here. The Ten of Swords is here. There's the person that I think I'm meeting with, and there's another card about putting together a plan and executing the plan and being in control. It's like I don't really like the way this person feels here. Whatever their plan is, whatever they're communicating about, whatever that physical opportunity represents, they're hiding it. They're trying to keep it hidden. Final clarifier for the Tower is the Sun. This is the happiest card in the deck. It's happiness, joy, bliss, harmony. You can't get a better card than that in a relationship reading when that's what it means. It's not what it means in this case. The other meaning to it is the card that comes right after the Moon in the sequence of major arcana. It goes, when the moon's out, it's dark outside. Things can be hidden in the dark. When the sun comes up, it ain't dark anymore. And now all that stuff that was being hidden in the dark, the secrets that were being kept, the communications I was making, the physical opportunity that I had, all of that can be seen, and then I get recognized for it. And it getting seen is tied to the Tower. It getting recognized is tied to the Tower from the other deck. This was a person trying to hide some stuff from you, and they got found out. Probably what this Page of Swords is representing over here. They were going down 2 paths at the same time, your path and this other person's path. And I think you figured it out. It started out as intuitive hits, gut feelings, dream, something like that. Started out where you knew something was up. But then you actually figured it out and saw that that's what's happened. You recognized it. Final card for your person came out as 2. We got the 8 of Wands and the Ace of Wands. 8 of Wands is Sagittarius energy. This is the second fastest moving energy in the deck. This is very fast forward movement on something, very fast progress on something that there's passion, desire for. It can be rapid back and forth, passionate communicating taking place. This would be like a lot of text messages, Facebook messages, Instagram DMs, something along those lines. Sometimes this is travel. Sometimes this is just a lot of energy happening all at one time. This is feeling like very fast movement on something. Ace of Wands, again, that's the phallic symbol of the deck. It's the male you-know-what, using it to do you-know-what, sexual energy. This is a passionate new beginning, or a new beginning in something passion, desire, sexual related here. It's probably why there was communicating about physical opportunity, because it's kind of hard to engage another person with this wand energy if you're not in physical proximity to them. Tell me about this 8 of Wands, Ace of Wands. Why is that here for Scorpio's person? Thank you. Again, I got 3 cards all the way through for them. You got extra cards every time. I think this person put you at your wit's end, probably had your mind going so out of control on you and not being able to shut your mind off. I think they did a number on you is what it looks like. I got 9 of Wands on the bottom. This is more Sagittarius energy. This is defensive energy again. This is usually someone who's trying to protect themselves from getting hurt. Doesn't Doesn't really feel like that. It could indicate that what they did here hurt you, and now your defenses are up. But this is more likely them having some barrier in their own way, putting a barrier between the two of you, or maybe they're having some sort of a reaction here that's preventing them from getting what they want, and that could be part of their repeating pattern that they keep running here. No, that's not it. What they're putting a barrier in the way of is the Hierophant, which is the Taurus Major Arcana card. I've seen a lot of fives. I've seen 5 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups twice out here. This is the 5 of the Major Arcana. This rules over all the 5s and the 4 suits. It rules over all the conflict, all the change. This is commitment. This is in a relationship. It's being fully committed to the relationship, taking it to the next level. This is another marriage card. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I've got a lot of marriage elements out here. 10 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, the Hierophant now. Queen of Pentacles. I don't have King of Pentacles anywhere. So if this was going to be marriage, you're showing up, they're not showing up. And they're putting a barrier between themselves and marriage, themselves in commitment. This is walling themselves off from commitment as a way to protect themselves. It's a way to protect what it is that they want. Yeah, what they do is a way to protect themselves from commitment. It just sounds so weird, protect myself from commitment in marriage, like it's a bad thing or something. For them, it is a bad thing because they probably have a history of foolish behavior, history of detaching when things get rough and abandoning ship when things get rough. Or as soon as some new opportunity presents itself, I'm jumping ship. But they're trying to protect themselves from commitment in marriage by ending a cycle with you and starting a new cycle with someone and being a player, during a time when there's this idea of stability between the two of you. Wow. Trying to keep my mouth shut because this person is irritating me. It's frustrating even being in their energy. I feel like I'm sweating. 2 of Pentacles is the first clarifier. Queen of Cups. 10 of Wands. 2 of Pentacles is Capricorn energy. Again, it's a 2. It's a choice. This is 1 foot in, 1 foot out energy. It's like going back and forth on these two things where I can't make my mind up. I know I can't have both at the same time and I got to pick one. But I'm weighing the options. I'm weighing the pros and cons here. It's also an energy sometimes of a person who's juggling 2 people in the physical sense. There is the moon right beside it, something being kept secret, and we're clarifying a whole buttload of wand, passion, desire, sexual energy here. Passion and new beginning. Well, if they're with you, and I'll be damned. They're juggling 2 people. The very first clarifier for you in terms of clarifying this idea of leaving something behind and moving forward toward what's wanted, I get that Ace of Wands again. They're leaving you behind to go forward towards what's important to them, which is their own wand, apparently. And it looks like they're juggling 2 people for sure. Queen of Cups. This could totally be your energy. That's feminine water sign energy. This is usually Cancer energy, but this would mean that you're probably the person they get all this love and emotions from. But you're hurt. You've got a lid on your cup. You're guarded. You don't want to get hurt again. I would swear that this is not the first time this person has screwed you over. There's probably been a repeating pattern of it. They're leaving something behind. This might not even be you. This might be the other person. I don't know, though. I saw this Queen of Wands down here. The only thing I know for sure is there's 2 different queens in this energy, and hints all over the place that there's another person involved. Ten of Wands is the final clarifier, more Sagittarius energy. This is a heavy burden being carried, a burden that's weighing them down. It's also a 10, and 10s are supposed to be completions. This is supposed to be the spot where they lay this burden down and move forward without it. Which, like I've mentioned that, and that Six of Swords, that was your first card, and the Six of Swords here, like that's what the woman and child and swords in the boat represent. The idea of carrying forward a burden into your future, or carrying forward a lesson so that you can start over and this doesn't happen again. I don't think they're doing the right thing. I think that's why we got the burden still here at the very end of their energy. And a Tower, like this last row, Tower, it's collapse to happiness, or a collapse to being seen, a collapse caused because I was seen, and there's still that burden that they have as their final card moving on into the future with them. This is really like one of those people that looks like they try to just run away from their problems, and may even have a history of, you know, doing a bunch of foolish shit and then trying to run away from their problems, or run away from something that at one point in time they said they wanted. The problem with them is like they carry the burden with them, which means like they can run away from that problem, but guess what? They're going to wake up and right there they are still. They have to take themselves with them, and their self, their internal work they need to do, like their behavior is the burden, not you. Now, if you still have questions you want answered about this situation or your relationship, click on any of the videos that just appeared on your screen right now. When you do, you'll be taken to more Scorpio love readings that can give you more insight and more clarity about what's really going on in your particular situation. And I'll see you in the next video.